over revenge.
No. So yeah, they actually did make diamonds out of the ashes of those soldiers. You could see it on his Diamond Dogs patch.
Mm-hmm. You just know that there's no way for the recruitable Kojima to be in the quarantine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely not. We do have a new cassette tape regarding all this shit that's happening, though.
Well, Doctor, I have the report on the incident.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
But that equipment didn't just give off X-rays. It was also emitting beta rays.
And you know all about that, wouldn't you? As our resident beta.
Have far worse effects on DNA than X-rays. Meaning the only logical conclusion is that someone added in a beta ray emitter to trigger a mutation.
It was those kids! I was just answering their questions.
So now you're saying I sabotaged medical equipment for some wild plan to make the vocal cord.
This should have been our first guess as soon as he started blaming anyone else for what happened.
Yeah.
Emmerich, we record all communications on Mother Base.
We notice you haven't talked to your son. Or even tried.
You've been in frequent contact with people in America. A private biotech company. A client of which is DARPA. And they are connected to Cypher. You made a deal with Cypher.
Again.
You offered them a new parasite in exchange for
I don't know, from the sound of that chain, he also might have made a deal with Kevin Bacon. Here's the plan. We're gonna set him up with another woman. They're gonna have a nice, lovely time. We're gonna stage a suicide.
Hey!
But what?
It's Vapor Snake. I'm Vapor Snake, and I have a big problem right now. My men are dead, but also this bear I captured is lonely. Look into his eyes. Can't you see how sad he is? He's been like this for days, just walking in place. He won't eat his food.
What's a bear to do? A lonely, lonely bear. All the way out there.
I gotta fix this problem. I gotta go out to where the animals are. And I gotta smoke. I gotta find every animal. They'll tell me. They have the intel where the bear... Whoa! I think I upgraded my Phantom cigar one too many times.
You have equipped nothing.
Alright, I just gotta remember. I'm looking for animals to tell me where a bear is. And this is what bears look like. Alright, here I go! Hup! Where's the bear? I think I sense an animal somewhere. There's some. Take this.
Are those the questions you're asking the animals?
Where's the bear? Every bullet a question. Maybe there's small bears I could capture with a cage. I don't know how I got to Africa.
Oh, yeah, the bear posse? Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Your team of bear experts? Bear.
The bear's been subdued. There is no chance to fight back. I will destroy you.
Into hell with ye.
Oh, I smoked a bit too much. I think I'm in the helicopter right now, but I'm not sure.
Pequod, hold my hand. Hold my hand, Pequod.
I've never tested to see if bears can make it through a wormhole, but we're about to find out. Oh!
Is that a Tsuchinoko?
Yeah, 7 of them, apparently.
Serpent said to inhabit parts of Japan.
You have the entire living population of Tsuchinoko.
Boss, you just made the discovery of the century.
Fuck you! You forgot the other time I captured a Tsuchinoko.
Oh.
Good. You captured it alive.
And one gerbil.
Snake, you stink.
And that's the sign of a true friend, you know?
They're willing to let you know when you stink. Yeah, Snake can become very smelly in this game. Hey, don't you dare leave, helicopter. Snake becomes very stinky if you're in the open world for more than 5 days in game time.
But anyway, yeah, I was saying that Huey's death is really just a long-term plan from Otacon to get back at him for being such a pill. Such a pill to deal with.
He really is a pill. My bear isn't lonely anymore. It's got a second bear.
They're salt and pepper. They're a matched set.
Aww. See? They like each other. But even after capturing that bear and the Tsuchinokos and that one gerbil and attacking all of those sheep, for some reason there's still just like a hole in my heart. I don't know if it's all the men I killed or if there's just some animal I'm missing. I don't know. Oh, by the way, I upgraded Big Boss's Fulton balloons. They are not wormhole balloons, but they do have a higher success rate because now instead of 1 balloon, it's 2 balloons.
Ah, two is better.
Yeah. Everyone's always interrogating Huey when I'm not at base.
Yeah, like you've ever asked a question in your life.
I just want to watch it.
Remember when you used to do nothing but say questions?
God, yeah.
Not particularly interesting questions, but just, you know, questions.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? Just what do you plan to do?
Present the charges against you and render an appropriate punishment.
You are gonna eat my burgers.
You have no evidence whatsoever. You say you're an army free from government. You talk big about being a nation unto yourselves. But from the outside, you're just thugs, rebels, a militia, terrorists, an unhinged threat to society.
And I helped you.
Nothing but a bunch of psychopaths.
Nothing really stops a bunch of grown men, trained killers like shame.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna write to your mothers.
Just look at that dog. No.
It's so fluffy.
But it's obvious anyone could see that's a wolf because you're all a bunch of wild dogs. You wanted to believe he was too, to feel some connection, to fight your loneliness. You wanted something to cling to.
Yeah, so we got a dog. What?
Open your eyes. What you're doing is murder, plain and simple.
And I would
All
know.
you ever create is war. War and violence can never lead to peace.
Mother Base, where the one sane man is still nuts.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Nice to see you.
Yeah,
Cool, cool.
Yeah, quiet sleeve in there. Yeah, before we deal with Huey, we do have yet another picture for Paz.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's real close to having a breakthrough. I don't know.
Oh, Snake!
Hey, Paz, my command unit leveled up to level 58. Isn't that great?
But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
I wouldn't want to hang out with anybody who considered themselves an angel.
Honestly, somebody who claims they are an angel, either 1, delusional, or 2, like, they're just kind of an asshole.
I mean, 3, they're an actual angel, and that shit's bad news.
Yeah, that's true. They might turn into the scary angels that are just like flaming wheels with eyes in the middle of them. I don't want to see that shit.
Take that! That's the target.
Oh.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh. Whoop. Oh.
Ow. Hey, ow.
Alright, you got me.
We have a problem. The staff have found out everything that Emmerich's been up to. They're right on the edge. I need you to intervene before things get out of control. Get back to Mother Base ASAP.
They didn't even find out it was Huey. They just guessed.
Yeah.
9 years ago, this man acted as accomplice to the attack on Mother Base. He then provided support to Skullface. Conspiring with Eli, he repaired Sahelanthropus in secret. His research materials caused the leak at the quarantine facility, which in turn caused the Walbachia mutation, letting the parasites off their chains. We lost a lot of good men. He also stands accused of murdering one of his own family, hiding the body.
I haven't killed anyone. The rest is all wrong too. The inspection was
Compelling
supposed to
argument,
help
Huey.
everyone.
I would like to say in my defense, nuh-uh.
Strangelove's gravestone, haunted by her phantom.
It's just a machine.
Huey! Damn it, Huey! Open it now! Please! Let me out! Kill me! Kill me!
It recorded it all. Everything. Everything you did living together.
How could a machine?
You forced your own son into the cockpit of a Metal Gear. A test subject.
And he was really bad at it.
Guilty! All counts. Kill him! Kill him! Kill him!
Boss, you better get here quick. The men are getting rowdy. Anyway, I'm gonna make the men really rowdy.
I changed my mind. I want to be rowdy too. Ah, shit, I shot Miller instead. Whoops.
Prepare a life raft. Big enough for one. Food and water, too.
Boss,
He's leaving.
he's responsible for all of this! Think of all the men! He didn't lose a damn thing! This is the enemy! And he's here on his knees!
Us. You are right, he is not one of us. But we are not responsible to judge an enemy. He leaves Mother Base, and that'll be the end of it.
It's fine. We have walker gear now. That very useful item.
Yeah.
I love to pilot my battle gear into battles.
You're the murderers! Snake! You should be in this boat! There'd have been no inspection if it weren't for your precious nuke! I risked my life trying to save you all! How can you do this? Am I the only sane one here? It's not my fault!
Fucking sucks. Fuck, he's gotta.
No.
Doesn't that suck? He's gotta throw his fucking legs out.
One day he'll see through the lies he's built up. Realize what kind of man he really is.
I have a feeling he'll be in a
around
swimming
coming.
pool when he does that.
Can't run from
Just a feeling. I don't know.
Now this is the time to trigger the HBD cutscene.
Yeah. Well, in that last cutscene, we saw there's a recording of Strangelove talking from inside the AI pod.
Oh boy.
Guess what this cassette tape is?
A bummer.
Yeah.
Huey! Damn it, Huey! Open it now! Please! Let me
Hey,
out!
we loved having you in the last game. Great. I think your character's gonna come back. You are only gonna have to schedule one afternoon.
Yeah.
If only I'd tried to get out sooner.
Make sure that you're in the mood to be acting out the last 11 minutes of somebody's life.
And this is another one that doesn't sound like a cassette tape. But
Yeah.
we can hand wave that away by saying, oh, the pod was just equipped with better recording.
Yeah.
It doesn't have tape noise, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
My voice. It's so distant.
It's not like this would have had really dynamic visuals. It is
Oh,
a
no.
person locked in a closet.
Yeah.
Even if there's a heaven, even if you're waiting there, I don't deserve to see you again.
Is this the most powerful crush in all of Metal Gear?
I think it is, because nobody else made their crush into a possibly sentient AI.
They made me simulate his will, so that even after the body was gone,
It won't be.
that will would keep the world turning the way they want.
Didn't work, no. They undid that before the body was gone.
Yeah.
Now this part is just one big shell.
Oh, fuck you. No.
And now I'll never see my son again.
At least one of them cares.
Yeah. Like the instant she's in here dying, Otacon is like 2 or 3 years old or whatever, and a Metal Gear just going, woo! Now the fact that like Huey put Otacon as a baby in Sahelanthropus, does that mean at some point baby Otacon may have met or at least been in the same room as Skullface? Does Otacon remember Skullface?
I don't think Otacon remembers Sahelanthropus.
Yeah.
I think Otacon just sort of like remembers that as one of his anime memories.
Yeah, maybe.
Inside of you, there is an egg. And when someone finds it, when they crack it, there'll be nothing left to stop you. The world you envisioned will become a reality.
I'm pretty sure the hidden code egg is supposed to be related to the shit Sunny does.
Yeah.
To the Patriot AI in MGS4, but I'm not entirely sure.
Remember my voice? Don't you? Please. Take care of our son.
Yeah, sorry, Strangelove, it's not even going to be your son who will, like, take down the repurposed boss AI. It's going to be Sunny. Sunny fixes everything.
Wait, what happens to Emma? Does she doesn't die, does she?
Emma Emmerich?
Yeah.
She dies. Vamp
She
stabs
dies?
her and she bleeds out.
It's been so fucking long.
Yeah.
It's been so, I was just thinking, why wasn't she in Metal Gear Solid 4?
Yeah.
She's dead.
Yeah, she dies, though the virus Sunny makes to stop the Patriot
is
AI
based on her Fox Alive, yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Does Sunny only exist because they wanted Emma around, but oh, whoops, she's dead?
I mean, she existed already just because they wanted to wrap up the whole Olga's child being taken from the Patriots
but like,
thing.
if Sunny had lived, would if Emma had lived, would Sunny have grown up to be a different sort of person, have a different skill set for the narrative?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably. I would think so.
I hear your pulse.
We're just having a chat because I don't want to hear a lady die.
It's fucked up. This tape is fucked up. Just fucking hearing fucking Strangelove like slowly asphyxiate, like it's the worst. Well, that's what happened to Strangelove. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh man, get me out of here, Pequod. Just take me anywhere. I have too many sad cassette tapes. Gonna just dump them in the ocean.
Boss, maybe you realize by now, but there's no other way to say it. Quiet's gone. She pulled her camo stun, stowed away on the...
How would I realize that by now?
Huh?
They were all infected with the mutated strain. The outcome would have been the same.
I'm sure you made it kind of worse in the moment, but...
It didn't lessen our pain. It's a pain we'll never
What's done
be
is
rid of.
done.
I see that now. But I
They're
thought
all
I could
diamonds
burn it
now.
away. In the end, all
Or
I
they got
burned was our
rubbed
own
on
man.
boss's face
Infectious
or
diseases, parasites.
ingested by him as well. That was weird. When you get hired at Mother Base, do you have to sign a form like consenting to being turned into a diamond when you die?
We have a very comprehensive benefits package,
The future.
including burial arrangements that you cannot opt out of.
Whatever we do, We must not allow that thirst for revenge to control us.
Hint, hint. Are you getting this, Miller?
What? Are you telling me I could put revenge in my burgers to make them taste better?
Well, incidentally, yes. Hey, we're finally more than halfway through the game. Look at that.
51% completion! Quiet if you can hear me, just blink or something. The microphone of my binoculars are very sensitive.
If the intel team could just scrub through any intercepted communications for humming,
yeah,
could probably get this done real quick.
Just hum in Morse code, Quiet. There's so many ways to communicate other than speaking. Oh, by the way, upgrade the balloons yet again. Even more balloons.
There's 5 balloons.
There's 5 balloons.
That's so many balloons. I mean, I do enjoy how the structure, I guess, of Act 2 really leans into, you know, the sort of theme of war as busy work. You know, you just keep doing the same things over and over again with a certain amount of variation in order to make finality happen. I'm just looking for closure. I'm looking for an ending that is a real ending, and it never comes.
Yep.
You just are in the cycle.
Yeah.
I don't know if it makes for great web content, but like as a theme, it's good.
Yeah, yeah. And there's definitely, by the point we truly finally reach the end of this game, there will be another, like, theme to discuss, I guess, that is both totally feels intentional, but also feels unintentional. I don't know, man. It's just at one point I'm just like, yeah, I get that, it works, and the other time I'm just like, no, that's bullshit, fuck that. So look forward to that in several episodes.
Dear Big Boss, if you're reading this, I am most certainly not dead. Haha, fooled you. They can't catch me.
By the way, I could write this entire time.
Boss, we've gone over the prisoner transport log you found. Quiet was grabbed by the Soviets and moved to Lamar.
Fucking how? She could teleport.
Right? How'd that happen?
As long as the parasites were inside her, she could not predict what might happen.
And that's why she took off, sacrificing
This
herself to
all
make sure
would
the
be
English
stronger if
strain
it was
died
coming
with
from Quiet.
I know.
And like it can't because she's quiet.
Yeah.
But
parasites are the last of Skullface's
like this all makes sense, but I don't know how much faith to put in the words of a guy who had one conversation with her.
Yeah.
That we know of. That we know of.
That we know.
Worst comes to worst.
Yeah, I've always wished that, you know, okay, sure, Quiet doesn't talk. And she, like, I just wish there's some other way that she communicated, even if it wasn't even through any type of language. Even if it was just more body language and reacting to stuff happening in the story. To more get a sense of what she feels.
We've seen a lot of her body language, to be fair. But wait, she likes that, but not too much.
Wait a minute. As long as there's no salt in there, I think it's fine.
Oh, what if there is, though?
Oh, man. Boy, this sure must have been a joy to motion capture. Right?
Oh, no. Oh, fuck you. Whoa!
the little, like, slide. Oh, also an ear gets ripped off.
She also has the, Wuxia parasites.
Yeah.
Hey, I brought you a present.
Hey, gotcha a knife.
You want one of these? Oh, you done fucked up now.
Yep.
I want to know how much of this was mocap.
Yeah.
Backflipping off one man onto another man.
That dude got his dick stabbed to death. Yeah, this cutscene... it's... Like, this is the one cutscene you get in the game that has some of that trademark, like, oh, there is a cyborg ninja or somebody of an equivalent power doing tons of crazy cool backflips, but it gets soured by the whole rape thing. And also the kind of, like, eye-rolling thing of like, she was about to get raped, but now she's paying them back by cutting their dicks off thing. You know? Just like, now that's feminist or something. So this is probably the hardest fight in the game. Mm-hmm. Especially if you come in unprepared. Because, yeah, you're just like, oh, I'm going to sneak in and rescue Quiet or something. You bring all your stealth gear, and then you're completely surrounded by, like, 20 tanks. Like, yeah, Quiet gives you a rocket launcher, but it's something like a rank 2 rocket launcher, which does not do much damage to endgame tanks.
Yeah, maybe that's how they did it. They brought 10 tanks.
Yeah.
Saw that she can't deal with one tank too bad, so okay.
Yeah, but yeah, there is also the additional objective. You have to make sure you have to keep Quiet safe. She stays on the roof of that building, sniping at people for you. But yeah, they will if the tanks get close enough, they will gun right for her instead of you. Once you get a hang of this fight, it's kind of fun because it's kind of the biggest blow shit up action thing. But on a first playthrough, it's kind of frustrating because the tanks will kill you in one shot. if the shell like makes direct contact with you, you're dead.
That's pretty realistic, I have to say.
Yeah.
There is no grenade launcher with a better sound than the Uncharted grenade launcher.
Yeah, the thump is still really good.
That's so disappointing. Like, look at how far, like, fidelity has come in video games graphically, but we can't recreate that one sound. We can't even match it, let alone improve.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I feel like when it comes to sound design like that, you just gotta have somebody in the studio real passionate for that sound effect. And clearly, Kojima Productions did not have anyone who cared about that. Whoops.
I want to pretend that was Amy Hennig, like, personally.
Yeah.
Now, how... If Solid Snake, if Big Boss were to have his dick stabbed off, what would the cure animation look like?
Oh, man.
He would still make that exact noise, I'm sure of that.
Well, hopefully there's some type of special parasite code talker is made that lets you grow your dick back.
Ah, yes. The Barry White parasite to trigger copulation.
Yep, the hostile know what helicopters are by this point. Okay, I think that's every tank Russia has ever made. We're good.
You did it. You won Charlie Wilson's war. Congratulations. But wait. At this point in the game, they're still trying to play the, oh, but she's wants to kill you. But wait, she actually saving you.
Yeah.
How many times? She went wild and started stabbing soldiers in the mouth. Oh, but it's to get their parasites out. She's actually good.
Yeah, they just had to pull it one more time. Yeah, so at this point you got no equipment. You can't use like night vision goggles to see through here or anything. There aren't too many guys like going through here though, so it's very hard, honestly, to get caught.
Vapor Snake would at least have the squirt gun.
He would. And that's how you keep Quiet alive.
It's the most powerful weapon in the game if you know how to use it.
Just give her a spritz every 30 seconds or so. She'll be fine. Sorry you're getting sandblasted, though, Quiet. That probably hurts.
Why do you think her tights are so ripped up?
Oh, yeah.
It's all the sand.
Couldn't have R&D at least developed her a new pair of tights? Look, we'll make it porous so you can still breathe through them. Just fuck.
Diamond Dogs invented yoga pants in 1984.
My God.
Such powerful technology had to be suppressed by the Patriots.
It's not even the 90s yet. No one should be horny for butts yet. It's not in our plan. Gotta
Sir
wait.
Mix-a-Lot was a scion.
Word on high comes down from the Patriots like, we permit you to release this song now. It is time.
Maybe that's the secret behind every one-hit wonder. They're all, like, being manipulated by the Patriots to shape culture.
Now people can be aware of butts. Only now.
God. It actually makes more sense than Zoolander saying every assassin is a male model.
Look, I could just call an airstrike on all of you people. Don't come over here. I got sleep gas.
I'll do it too. You can't stop me.
I got smoke. I have normal missiles. Don't even dare.
Once my friend here wakes up, you're all fucked.
Yeah. She'll do 18 backflips and chop your dick off. just having a dream where she's chopping more dicks off at Mach speed.
There we go. Twin dead snakes.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just thought I heard some dude bashing a snake against a rock repeatedly.
I cannot copy. Can't even repeat in English.
Oh, I mean, technically, but probably shouldn't.
The boss is with me.
AM? Wait, who is this? Identify yourself.
There's no time. Hurry!
I can feel them copulating already.
Oh no, in my throat.
It kinda tickles.
A little soothing, actually. If it didn't kill me, this would be great.
No, you're moving away from us. Circle back to your 8 o'clock.
Copy that.
In fact, why don't I just now recite all of A Tale of Two Cities?
Since we're here.
Proceed to your 10 o'clock.
Understood.
You know what? I kinda miss talking English.
Come back towards your 1 o'clock.
Copy. 1 o'clock.
Shift slightly to your left.
The tragic irony is that Pequod is multilingual in French, German.
Oh man.
Slide right. A little more. Yes, there you go. 1 more mile. Strong winds approaching. Quick, adjust to your right.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. Just made you crash into a mountain. Gotcha, tricked you.
Where's Quiet?
We've got to go.
She exploded. I landed right on top of her, I'm sorry.
You know that bit in the Green Mile where all the bugs come out of his mouth?
You know that movie Cypher's depressed called Nightmare Before Christmas? Remember Oogie Boogie?
What did you even do to her that makes her want vengeance? Like, you beat her in a boss fight?
I mean, at the very start of the game, she got lit on fire.
Okay, that's true, but I don't think that was our fault.
Yeah.
I did not choose to be quiet. I wanted to express my feelings to you.
So here they are for the next 5.5 minutes.
If only we shared a common tongue.
If I'm not ashamed of my words and deeds 5 minutes from now, man.
Vengeance was what drove me to them. The only language left to me. Revenge. But the words we shared... No, that was no language at all. That is why I chose the language of gratitude instead, and go back to silence. I am quiet. I am the absence of words.
So, do you feel ashamed of your words and deeds?
They've got 4 more minutes.
Okay, sure. That is yet another ending in the game that is not the ending of the game. That is the end of Quiet's subplot, which doesn't have much going on in it, honestly, for me. Quiet's like theme is very nice, and now it actually has lyrics. Stephanie Houston is the lady singing the song.
Oh, that's nice.
She's got a nice singing voice. That's cool.
Tasted sweet. It let me live.
So, okay, what do we have left? We have Paz. Paz's whole deal.
Yep, Paz is still here.
Which is optional. You could go the entire game without starting that subplot.
Yeah.
And that's basically it, right?
Yeah, we just got Paz left, basically.
And you're continuing war against Cypher.
Yeah.
Forever, I guess.
Forever until my son lights me
unless
in
you
light.
go back for Eli, like.
Yeah, Eli is actually one that hasn't been wrapped up yet either.
Right.
Yeah. Paz, Eli, Cypher. That's what we got. I don't know, every ending is so weird because it is like closure to a part of the game, but it still doesn't feel like closure.
But yeah, a really non-cathartic end. Yeah.
Like, Quiet just is gone. Huey is just gone.
I mean, I like that in the end, this big mystery about Quiet, like, what's her whole deal? Like, she's just a lady. She's just caught up in this war too.
Yeah.
You know? She didn't even know what her deal was for a while, and you know what? Relatable.
It's a good theme. I like Quiet's theme a lot. It's pretty.
So for the remaining missions, you can't have Quiet anymore.
Correct.
You have to actually play the game for the rest of the game.
Yep.
Though in the end, for whatever reason, she did not complete her objective.
Because the boss is so hunky.
Even when he doesn't talk or do anything. Quiet's gone. Snake's got an IV drip hooked up to him because he got shot by so many tanks.
So many times. And then Snakebite.
Yeah, and Snakebite. But yeah, now that Quiet left, like, she is gone from the game. You cannot use her anymore.
That snake wanted you dead so bad.
Yeah.
It bit through your rock skin.
It's the strongest snake in the world. We should probably make knives out of his fangs or something, right? So, originally in the game, you lose Quiet, and everyone went, hey, what the fuck? We want Quiet back. And they patched in later, a month or two later, if you go back and replay her boss fight 6 or 7 times in a row, you get Quiet back.
Because people just love that play style,
Yeah.
I guess.
On some platforms, the nuclear disarmament has been completed. It's happened on the PC before. It's also happened on console, but only by mistake. On PS4, the nuclear disarmament ending triggered, but only because so many nukes got developed that they got an overflow and it reset to 0.
Look, nuclear weapons causing an overflow error is a long and respected tradition in video games.
You can also, through mods on the PC version, just trigger the nuclear disarmament ending whenever you want. So let's take a look at it.
Oh.
Only when our children show the wisdom not to forge new spears. Only then.
The sword was the first sin of mankind.
Hell yeah.
Where the fuck did those birds come from? Ruined everything. There are no more nukes in the world. We have caused a time paradox. Metal Gear Solid 1 cannot happen anymore.
Whoa. 0. Yeah, these cutscenes pull lots of stats from the nuclear disarmament, but because I'm just manually triggering it through a mod, they're either broken or just say 0.
It's my ocean now.
We can't let this achievement go to waste. And that means we'll have to get stronger.
But without nukes. Don't do that part.
Is there anything that makes Miller say, we're strong enough?
No, never. He always wants to power up. But yeah, when that buffer overflow happened on PS4 and Xbox One or whatever, and like everyone just got the ending randomly, Konami actually put out like an apology saying, sorry, you weren't supposed to see that.
Only 3,000. That's fine. That's an okay
a normal number.
Whoopsie.
I love that now we're just quoting earlier Metal Gears that also talked about nukes.
You can't quote the game you wrote as a source, okay? Go back to your notes and find the source you used then.
Source? Me. I said it.
By the way, nukes, they're real. That's not just video games,
what?
people. Whoa.
Obama made it into a Metal Gear game.
Special thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. So this credits list is supposed to be other online players, and if I remember correctly, soldiers of yours who died.
Ah.
I got a lot of the same named ones who have died in service. So yeah, the nuclear disarmament ending's like a weird, like, non-canonical ending where Big Boss is like fine with the boss again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the nuclear disarmament ending. It's only been triggered like twice on PC, legitimately, I believe, something like that. There is a message I could not get to trigger just because I was using a mod to trigger all this stuff. But basically, when you get that ending, and if any player has created a nuke since the disarmament happened, also it goes like, well, here we go again. Gotta take out all the nukes all over again, boss. Guess it never ends. Yeah, it's a cool, like, community-based goal thing. It's just a shame that it was so hard to make happen.
Imagine if you could sort by nuke havers in matchmaking, though. Like, the first person to develop another nuke is just gonna get clowned on by the entire community.
Yeah. Oh, I should mention, when you're trying to disarm nukes, you can only, like, you cannot invade bases with nukes normally.
Mm-hmm.
You can only invade bases with nukes if you have a very high heroism score and you get classified as, like, a hero.
Oh.
Then you can invade. So if you have created nukes yourself, you cannot invade because creating a nuke takes away 50,000 points of heroism.
Whoa!
So yeah, you can only steal nukes if you do not make nukes, basically.
Football. I joined in.
And then...
And there's Huey refereeing.
Uh-huh.
He said, we have forsaken our countries and become one with the earth.
And then what happened?
It is good being here together with everyone, you know?
Everyone like Professor Galvez?
Was. And then I... No, that is not true.
Come on.
You can do it.
You're almost there.
Peace. I am a student.
But really?
I am so tired.
Because you
I will just
fell out of a
lie here
helicopter. Remember?
Uh-huh.
There was a bomb?
A couple of them, if I recall.
A couple bombs? Okay. Well, I'll be back later. Pause, what did I tell you about this?
Stay away!
Pause!
Oh, come on, no.
Pause.
There's another!
Say what you want about Paz Ortega, but she's got guts.
Boss, stop her! Just grab her arms! Get her hands out of there!
Remember the basics of CQC.
Stop digging around in there! It's not where hands go! Somebody get it, come in here, put that stuff back in.
Did you get it? Oh, well, that's good. How fucking long was that in there?
Welp.
Huh.
So yeah, a couple episodes ago when I was spying on the guys right above here, we're talking about like, man, boss sure likes to visit that area under construction a lot. They were talking about Paz's room, which does not exist. And yeah, the whole game, if you look up here, you can see the peace symbol painted up on there. It's just hard to notice because it's white on white.
You can kill Skullface, murder Huey, slaughter Zero, burn the whole world down. And he still won't bring me
So
back.
it's not a magic retcon room.
It isn't.
It's a magic hallucination room.
So this tape is the last one.
Unless you want there to be another, because it's all in your head anyway.
I am one phantom limb that
Pause, wait, come back. I like you as my imaginary friend.
I will always be your angel of peace. So I know exactly how to finish. Say peace.
Peace.
And that's the end of the Big Boss playthrough. We have nothing else to do with Big Boss. All we got left is Venom Snake and Vapor Snake. Big Boss is finished for the Let's Play, but Venom Snake, last episode we had him develop a nuke, and when you do that, you get maximum demon points. So his horn is really long now.
Huge. Off the charts. He cannot wear hats.
By the way, when you're at max demon points, you become covered in blood, and no matter how many showers you take, it will never wash off.
Get it? Do you get it?
Huey's gone. Paz is gone. Quiet's gone. Everyone's
I'm thinking
leaving.
the next mission your horse leaves.
Oh no. So we've unlocked the final 5 missions of the game. 4 of those missions are just replaying other earlier missions, but harder.
But this one is called Truth.
Yeah. Mission 46 is the final story mission of the game, and you can only unlock it by completing all the previous subplots and also developing every single strut for Mother Base. So it's got some extra requirements to unlock it compared to all these other ones. But, well, here we go.
I want to know the truth, dang it.
Don't you die on me, damn it! BB's dropping! Intubate, now!
Starring Big Boss. And punished Venom Snake?
What about him?
Yeah, took some shrapnel. To the head.
108 pieces?
Woo!
Whoa.
Thanks, Nietzsche.
It's such a good song, though.
It's a really good song. This cover is good too. I like it. Well, it's been over a year, but welcome back to the very first episode of the Let's Play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Which came as some surprise. I spoke into his eyes. I thought you died.
Since we're stuck in the bed for a while, gonna bring up some conspiracy theories people had for this game way back when, before it released. 1. Snake is actually Gray Fox in disguise. 2. Snake is actually Decoy Octopus in disguise.
I don't see why, but okay.
Yeah. 3, the usual conspiracy every new Metal Gear game had after 2, which is this is all a VR program that Solid Snake is in.
Or some other character, but yeah.
Yeah. 4, people had this really big thing going on about, so a little bit later in this part of the game, you know, there's that doctor that talks to you, the bald guy.
Yeah.
So that guy seems to have been, his appearance was heavily based upon a real scientist who...
oh, I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, it was a real scientist who was getting ready to do a head...
This is when... Yeah, this is when Kojima was doing interviews under a false name with his head wrapped in bandages.
Yeah, Joaquin Mogren.
Yes.
But
I mean, how do you forget that?
Yeah. Yeah, Kojima back then, posing as a completely different developer for a new game studio, wore the same head wrappings that Ishmael did. Yeah, the doctor in this game, his appearance appears to be heavily based on the real doctor who was getting ready to do the world's first, like, head transplant. And people had a whole big thing with that. It even went further beyond just this game to being like, oh, that scientist, he's in on the ruse of Death Stranding being Metal Gear Solid Zero or some fucking bullshit.
What you haven't yet explained to me is what Metal Gear Solid Zero even means.
I don't know what it means either, and I've watched multiple 2-hour-long videos. I think Metal Gear Solid Zero is supposed to be like this weird converging timeline where Silent Hill, Zone of the Enders, and Metal Gear Solid, and also possibly Snatcher all exist in the same universe? I don't know.
Zone of the Enders is in this? Well,
Yeah.
now I'm interested. Now I want them to be right, just to see how that goes.
Yeah.
V has come to.
V has come too.
And now there's a plane crash, and the kids with the hot guy, and their brains are getting busy.
Can you hear me?
Are you gonna transplant my head? The internet said you do that.
9 years ago, you were injured in an explosion. I know it's difficult, but please look down.
You had your dick stabbed off. There were so many backflips. What if the big secret was that this doctor was Skullface all along?
Oh shit.
Skullface in a big latex mask, like Mission Impossible style.
This is you, as you've lived until this day. I'm going to change your appearance.
Yep.
We have no other choice.
It's that guy you made.
It's the guy I made at the beginning of the game.
To tell you the truth, these bandages were more for your protection. To hide you from those who want you dead.
They never would have thought to kill the bandaged man.
Your name is Ahab. Forget everything.
Hi, Quiet.
Your name. Your past.
You want to chat while you still can?
Yeah. Look, I know you're not into water yet, but you want to go dancing out in the rain?
You want to make a collage? We can do story time.
Oh, it's me!
Everything feels all right?
We didn't have to be too clean with the sutures because, you know, helicopter crash.
Saved us a ton of time.
We could make you as fucked up as we wanted to.
Quiet, I hear that guy can, like, transplant heads. I don't think chopping his head off is gonna kill him.
Before we get too far, I want to say it's not too easy to guess that something like this is up, because Ishmael sounds exactly like Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Like... I mean, there's a lot of little things in the first mission about you not necessarily being yourself, but a big one is, yeah, that is Kiefer Sutherland right there.
That's fucking Kiefer Sutherland. It was funny, like, some of the earliest, like, Phantom Pain footage that came out was a little bit of this hospital stuff. And they show a little bit of Ishmael talking, and before any voice cast stuff was confirmed, people were like, oh, we're pretty sure that's Kiefer Sutherland. Like, people were just able to call it immediately from, like, 2 lines of dialogue. People, were also able to figure out that this was located in Cyprus way before any details came out, just by looking at, like, a flag and a map and the electrical outlets on the wall.
And you didn't even set her on fire. Ishmael did.
Yeah, Ishmael did. Like
the real you, not the fake you that is you.
Yeah.
Twice he set her on fire.
You got no beef against me.
Quiet wherever you are. I want you to watch Mission 46.
Who are you? Who am I? You're talking to yourself.
Yeah,
No. Nothing like a little digoxin to get you back in the game.
Thanks, me.
I always know what's best for myself.
Yeah. Does this count as self-care? I don't know anymore. But yeah, I made sure to focus on it in the very first episode of this LP, but yeah. It's not your room, but rather Ishmael's room that has a shitload of Star of Bethlehem flowers. Yeah, he's got a ton. You get just one, like, right at the beginning of the game. It's cute. I like that detail.
Let's take the stairs.
I mean, this means that the game starts with Big Boss's nude ass.
Hell yeah, it does. We're looking at Big Boss's butt right now. The Man on Fire stuff, like, the instant this stuff came out and people looked at the Man on Fire, they immediately were able to go, oh, that's Vulcan. Because, I kind of wish... I wish that revelation was cooler. One, by not being able to figure out forever before the game even comes out, because it's like even here, he's wearing...
It's a very Vulcan coat, yeah.
Yeah, he's wearing the same coat from MGS3. You can tell that's the same weird combat suit he wore. Like, I wish he was a man completely covered in flames, so that you couldn't see what was underneath the flames until later or something. Because I'm just imagining it being really cool, too, like if you did the boss fight with him, or something, and you're able to like extinguish his flames with water, and like for a brief moment you get to see like, oh shit, is that Vulcan all of a sudden?
Oh yeah, that'd be something.
Wouldn't that have been neat? That would be a cool way to reveal that for people looking out for that type of stuff. And by the way, all the transitions here, I put those in with the little eye blinks because we actually do this mission. They make you replay the whole mission, and it still has the same tutorial prompts from the beginning of the game and everything. It's weird. Well, the stuff that happens with the third child, and Volgin is actually just a coincidence. At this point, they are not. Yeah, they aren't allied to Skullface at all, which is why Volgin is like killing the shit out of the XOF soldiers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Until after this, and Skullface is like, I like your style.
Yeah, then Skullface is nearby, and he's like, oh, I'm so pissed off I can suddenly control these two freaks.
I do like the idea, though, of the two of them and non-superpowered Quiet just in a helicopter together, trying to figure out what to talk about.
Yeah. When you ask me, like, oh, are there any conspiracy theories for this game that, like, actually it did end up being true, this is one of them.
That you're playing a body double.
Yeah. But that was also because there is some evidence that would actually let you suss it out in Ground Zeroes. That we'll look at in a little bit. I do enjoy they did a couple things to try to make it seem like he was a figment of your imagination, like him just disappearing, but no, he's just that good.
Yeah.
Like how he said, I mentioned a couple episodes ago that there are actual like visual signifiers for which person Psycho Mantis is currently possessed by. Psycho Mantis has a little horn sticking out of his head right there.
Oh.
So very briefly, he was possessed by Snake's desire for revenge, and nope, now Vulcan's back. Something other people have been bringing up recently in the comments for our videos is just like, hey, what the fuck was up with the flaming whale in this part of the game? That, literally, all that is Psycho Mantis just lifting a whale out of the ocean to smash into a helicopter. That's all it's for. And also, of course, you know, Moby Dick and shit.
Moby Dick, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, I believe Psycho Mantis was possessed by Big Boss in that instance, and he wanted the helicopter to go away, so Psycho Mantis smashed it with a whale.
The kid's got style.
Yeah.
It's a shame that he lost that flair for the dramatic as he got older.
Yeah.
Just trying to get people to shoot themselves in the head. So, I mean, my question, knowing that something like this was coming, because there are a lot of hints in this opening chapter.
Yeah.
And also, it was an unavoidable spoiler, at least in the broadest terms.
Totally, yeah. You're gonna at least know a little bit.
Was who knew what at what point, and it seems like Miller knew the whole time?
This way, boss. Hurry.
What? They both knew the whole time?
This one. He'll take your place. From here on, he's Snake. He believes it, too.
My very own Phantom, huh?
It's a good thing you had a friend with the exact same voice as you.
The whole world wants your head. Don't worry. He can handle it. Move now. Quickly.
How do you fucking know that? What made him the perfect guy?
Oh, we'll get into that soon.
I guess they had 9 years to do super science bullshit to you.
All right. Yep. Yeah, Code Talker researches
Not sure
the
what
ends.
the Congo Crisis has to do with this game, but okay.
There's a couple things that pop up in this timeline that are events we don't know about yet, but we will know soon in later videos in this update, which is weird.
Reverse evolution.
Such as Zero suffers brain damage due to Skullface's parasite attack. That's something we don't know about yet, but it's here.
Really don't know what the Grenada invasion has to do with anything, though.
I don't know.
Skullface dies. The end. Then there's 2/3 of a game left, but Skullface dies. The end.
Got the face he's making looking at tape is just like a, this is gonna be good.
No time for anesthetic. We have to open her now.
I remember when we were doing this, I was asking who this doctor character is. Not because I knew that's who the double would be, but because he was just so, like, the way he was framed was so unusually, like, significant.
Yep.
Like, he just, the camera treats him as a very important character.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought the pilot was the one who became Big Boss.
So the voice of the medic in Ground Zeroes is just Kiefer Sutherland pitched down. So people changed the pitch and went, oh shit, that's Big Boss!
Now do you remember who you are? What you were meant to do? I cheated death thanks to you. And thanks to you, I've left my mark. You have too. You've written your own history. You're your own man. I'm Big Boss. And you are too.
Congratulations, Big Boss.
He's the two of us together.
Whoa, think about it.
We built it. This story, this legend, it's ours. We can change the world and with it the future. I am you and you are me.
We could do Olsen twins tricks. Let's both date the same boy.
From here on out, you're Big Boss.
Anyone can be Big Boss if they set their mind to it. Side B, Seasons of Love.
Flip it over. Operation Intrude and 313. It's Metal Gear 1. And when he's loading the tape in, it's this tape machine is connected to an MSX.
Amazing.
The first console Metal Gear was on.
So it does link up.
Whoa. You'll be able to see in a sec, in the reflection of the mirror, the door behind him no longer has the Diamond Dogs logo. It switches to Outer Heaven.
So they knew during like the DNA testing for Eli, they knew it wouldn't be this Big Boss's clone. So they just went through with it anyway.
Yeah.
What is this information going to teach us? Literally nothing. We got to do it, though.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, yeah, people were able to figure out the body double thing early on, or at least guess at it, just because the medic's voice is just Kiefer Sutherland's pitched down. They were able to rip the model of the medic from the PC version and take a look at him and try to figure stuff out through that. And it was just... Ever since Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear, like the Metal Gear community, every time there's a new Metal Gear coming out, has always gone, I do not trust Kojima. He's going to do a switcheroo, like with Raiden.
Who do you really play as? Yeah.
And that has not happened since 2 until now. And, like, I was actually a little disappointed when it happened, because it's just like, oh, I don't really want another switcheroo of this type. I don't know. Kojima, I think, said in some interview that he wanted to do the reverse of Metal Gear Solid 2's ending, where Raiden, like, takes the dog tags that are the player's name and casts them off. Like, I am my own person. I am not the player. And he wanted to do the reverse, where he was like, oh, as a thanks for everyone who has played Metal Gear for so long, like, this time you are Big Boss, whoever you are. Big Boss. Yeah. And I mean, I like the idea of having the second Big Boss as, like, playing on the idea of Big Boss as this legend and
who is continually, like, practically every game is trying to recreate Big Boss.
Yeah.
Or in Raiden's case, trying to recreate a recreation of Big Boss.
Yeah. And I do like that whole idea. It's just weird because, like, when you hit this ending and you find out all this stuff and this twist, it just kind of feels like oh, by the way, there's this. Like, it feels like it doesn't feed into the rest of the game enough for me. There is some foreshadowing throughout the game. One of the things is when you go to recover Volgan's body and he wakes up again. During that cutscene, like, Volgan grabs Venom's Snake and pins him to the ground, and then when the camera turns back to Snake, he has changed back into, like, his hospital self when he first woke up. And then, like, Volgan gets up and he looks shocked, and then he just dies. And that's because at that point, Volgan realizes, oh, this is not Big Boss.
Yeah.
I give up. And I like that. But yeah, I don't know.
As a guy who tries to be an optimist, I do have to like the message that, like, you, any old person in the right position has the power to like, make a new world, to exert influence on the future. Unfortunately, it's in this game where your only options to do that are to kill a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. For people watching, while this is the end of the game, this is not the end of the LP. In fact, there's two more videos just for this update. 67-2 and -3.
Today, never mind the rest of it. Yeah.
You have to watch those because they fill in so much, like, plot shit and just, like, little questions you might have.
What's up with this parasite attack on Zero?
Yeah, that shit will get filled in. But even aside from that, there's still probably going to be at least 1 or 2 more updates after this.
Look at all this list of songs that we can't actually put in these videos.
Yeah, I wish I could have. But yeah, we still have to cover a lot of cut content, a couple Easter eggs and little details I haven't shown off yet, and we still got to do stuff with Vapor Snake.
Oh boy.
Another timeline!
Also, there are Olympics. Kingdom of the Flies, man, Eli, damn, that's hardcore.
So I said, like, the Eli plotline wasn't done. Well, it just kind of hangs there in a thread and never gets resolved in the game, actually. But there's content related to it that we'll be looking at.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in Metal Gear 1, look at that timeline, 1995.
11 years later.
Metal Gear 1
It's this Big Boss.
Yeah, Big Boss does not die twice like we've always thought. Venom Snake dies in Metal Gear 1. You fight his body double in the first game.
What is the original Big Boss? What is he doing over a 20-year gap in between?
We'll find out.
I like to think he's drinking Mai Tais on the beach.
Yeah. Oh, Big Boss kills Zero.
Big Boss died. Wow, 2014 was really long. It included a lot of line breaks. It's the year that would never end.
What was it all for? If the boss has some plan, what is it?
Make a lot of money for Konami.
The real Big Boss is working separately from us to create his new nation.
So that our Big Boss can run it and die the first time.
The true outer heaven. Something created to maintain world balance, independent of the struggles for supremacy.
It's a lot like Diamond Dogs and MSF, but it's really gonna work this time.
It'll be an army, all right, but more. Big Boss is building a nation. But
it's gonna be on land.
We support the other Big Boss. The Phantom carries on his legend, his meme.
He has cheeseburger.
God damn it.
So that's the way it is. 9 years ago, I thought everything had been taken from me. But now I really have lost it all. The boss, and the future we were building
He's so
together.
upset all the time because he can't keep his composure pretending.
Mm-hmm.
They'll likely want to settle the score with him. We have to shape that age. We'll each have roles to play.
I've chosen our roles. That's why I get to be there at the end and you get killed by one of them. Fuck you, buddy.
No. Big Boss can go to hell. I'll make the Phantom and his son stronger to send him there. For that, I'll keep playing my role.
I'm gonna hang out with one of them in the wilderness. I have now decided to become an expert in wilderness survival.
There's only room for one boss. His sons are fated to face each other someday too. If the day ever comes that you go back to Cypher, I'll aid the other son. And then you and I will be enemies too. One of us will have to kill the other.
Nope. Nope.
Fine, bye.
Screw that one up, didn't.
I'll be ready for the new age. Until then, we'd better get used to coexisting.
All right, Liquid. My plan for you to get in one over on your brother is there's this mostly useless guy on his codec. You can just kill him, trust me.
All right, so get a couple new unlockables and stuff. But we get more cassette tapes, the Truth Records.
Truth Records.
Get ready for an hour of tapes.
Shove it down my throat. I want the truth.
An Easter egg I want to point out. You can do this the whole game. If it's nighttime, you're in the helicopter, and you zoom in on Big Boss and you have the window in view, there's a reflection of Big Boss, but it's actually a reflection of, like, the character you make, like, the medic. You can see that the whole game. You can just freely change to your original look. And when I made this guy, he did not look this fucked up and weird. In the character creation screen, but here, he looks a little weird. His eyebrows look drawn on.
Well, yeah, all the fire.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? We got some truth bombs to drop in an hour worth of cassette tapes.
I'm coming up to the truth trough. You know what I meant.
Truth trough.
The what?
Boss?
Truth trough.
They found out about you waking up. And the man on fire picked this time to wake up too.
Who we totally know about.
His altered state of consciousness has helped us implant powerful suggestions through induced hypnagogia.
You are Big Boss. You are.
All your missions,
you are Big Boss.
All your knowledge and experience. To make him believe that he is the one.
See, we don't need VR training missions. You can just, listen to a book on tape while you sleep and become Big Boss.
He was always the best man we had. But
I've always been confused by he's the best guy we got, but he was just a medic in the helicopter.
He was a fucking wizard of a medic in a helicopter.
Maybe he was like a S++ in every rank, so he was just being a medic that day.
Just a detour in his journey. I'll believe that he's the real big boss. I'll have no conscious knowledge of you.
So he was practicing self-hypnosis for a long time.
I love that they brought back Ocelot's tricking himself ability back to this game.
It's so good.
Time is right. I need to remember that you're the real boss. In a world, it's double think. In this year, 2 + 2 = 5. And I want you to do the same. Right. His bodyguard. Correct.
You think people did a lot of that in 1984 for real? You think that came up a lot?
Oh, God. I don't know.
About the 1972 project. Les Enfants Terribles.
Of all the languages he speaks.
Yeah.
All that Catherine the Great aristocratic pompousness gets to me, that's all.
You know there was a revolution, right?
Les Enfants Terribles.
You want to... Hey, Ocelot, maybe you want to read up on the Paris Commune. They weren't all into the whole...
Your sons.
They're no sons of mine. And they're sure as hell not me.
Just a bunch of cells.
That guy is, though. That guy right there is totally me.
Well, Zero doesn't think
I've
so.
adopted a son.
Total information control. Big Brother Zero. And it'll happen before anyone even realizes. I don't like it. You're the big brother of the battlefield.
The only plan we have is to move the information control away from anything he wants to use it for and just targeted advertising. But, you know, in a really dumb way. Like if it knows you just bought a new sink, it's going to try to sell you more sinks. You know, like you got 5 bathrooms that all need a new sink.
Also, it recommends diapers no matter what.
Just one more gear.
Or is that just me? I don't know.
Someone has successfully struck at Zero.
Hooray!
Using a private network, we get information, but we have no way to trace his location. That means the details are still fuzzy at this point, but apparently some new bioweapon was used. As soon as he noticed the dip in his vital signs, he had his stomach pumped and even underwent blood dialysis, but he didn't fully recover.
I do like that he's a weird paranoid.
Yeah.
Since the incident, his speech and actions have been getting
I'm feeling a little under the weather today. Better call off work and then zap myself with radiation.
Location is a complete mystery. That's the way he operates.
Can I get some cupping done? I don't know if that helps, but just do it.
His great escape went unnoticed. So far, I know at least Langley and the Pentagon were involved. He had a blackout triggered in New York to disrupt the transportation and information grids. The project is buried under a pile of dummy ops and backup plans stretching across multiple organizations. It's safe to say
5 agents from different organizations all showed up in Times Square, looked at each other, and shrugged.
Skullface was able to put together this assassination attempt, but even he can't possibly know where Zero is now.
Our only plan is to put out James Bond movies on VHS and follow the tracking information for all the shipments.
Boss, it was Anderson.
It would work.
Yeah.
That's right, the man who went by Sigint during Operation Snake Eater. Following Zero's disappearance, he's taken over command of Cypher.
Look, all I want is all my tactical information in the order it was posted with a 140 character limit. Is that so hard? Also ban the Nazi information.
That's too hard for an AI to do. It's impossible. There's no way to filter it out.
Sure, we can make sure it's not visible in France and Germany, but banning them is a completely different thing.
Boss, it looks like the AI is filtering out all the Nazi shit, but it looks like it's banning all the Republicans at the same time.
Okay, so Cypher becoming the Patriots is more the organization that is Cypher just becoming, like, its purpose being taken over by the AI called the Patriots.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. You know, I kind of like that.
Yeah. Hello?
Is this thing on? Could you stop opening doors and say something?
Thank you for coming.
Hey, Major Zero's actually in the game.
Hey!
I heard You are sick?
Poppycock. I just like to take a little time off work.
And I have bugs in me.
You must feel that.
That's what I call
sometimes.
them, poppycocks.
But I can't help sometimes. Wishing I could see the stars. What should I do?
Well, you
Invent cable TV.
go outside, go up to the roof, wait for the clouds to pass. You would have a view of Manhattan. Too. But once the
He's in
wind blows
Jersey.
and the clouds
I can see everything you've been through.
Right here on my dossier.
Consider this mission a reward for the mountain you've climbed.
Great.
Thank you.
You'll get to go fishing. You'll write a song. There will be a kitty cat.
But you mustn't forget who you're dealing with. If he were to get the better of you...
First thing you should know is that he's real dumb.
Put you in that position. But beyond that...
Remember vampires. If things get heavy, mention vampires.
Look at a room with no windows and no doors.
What? He lives in a riddle? Did they seal him in when they built the building?
He lives in a secret room between rooms.
His secret hideout is platform 9 3/4.
They disseminate rumors that a gang operates out of the building that keeps most outsiders away.
So this is a variable income housing, a big like Benetton ad of residents, and like, by the way, the Latin Kings are operating in that building.
Should he need it, there's a sealed-off water conduit that can be used to escape to the Hudson River, and from there to the sea.
So it's also the Batcave.
Hell yeah.
It is just another building.
There's got to be some aspect of this that's stolen from James Bond too, right?
It's the world's most average building, except it's full of secret passageways. People talk about gang activity with no reason. How many people have to go to the secret apartment for their job interview?
Oh, God.
Me to die. I owe him my life. I'm bound to repay the favor.
Does each person know about just one secret room or exit?
But that's not what you really want to know.
It's like an escape room, but you have to... You're only in there for 5 minutes. And then you have to tell the other people going in like this relay race style.
Oh, jeez.
What do you think they need to know?
Scalding steam comes back down as rain, forming rivers, draining into the sea. It's then that nature's order sets in.
If I let him monologue, he does not torture me.
That lava, that vengeance, is already set as stone. Too late to change.
It's all around us, Paz. The floor is lava.
The choice.
And there are no sofa cushions to save you. If there was a revival of the A-Team, I think this character that you made might be in the cast.
You know, he does have that kind of look to him.
I figured it out. I figured out the character you created. This is Patrick Wilson, but like Hispanic.
Well, after the Caribbean.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe who was behind it. Oh, I have an idea.
Ocelot, you wouldn't believe who was behind it. It's the guy hired forever ago who looks like a fucked up skeleton man. The least likely person.
This location. It's safe. No one will find him. And if
Unless they watch the trailers.
I will deal with them.
There's a very conspicuous electrical outlet.
Yes, it's me. You went in hospital.
Zero's just having a phone call with every character in the game now.
Where is he? Safe.
Mei Ling is going to show up in one of these somehow.
Saw him. We've had our misunderstandings, you and I. But as you've made clear, our relationship is strictly business.
Everyone hates me, but you all are going to do as I say.
Conversation to the business at hand.
I'm a bitter old man who lives in the attic.
I'm imagining everything Zero does because he's so paranoid is like he doesn't have any lights in his room. It's just pitch black. He just has to feel around for the phone.
This series of tapes does more to make Major Zero into Zero from MGS4 than anything else.
Right?
What happens after he regains consciousness?
Like, I appreciate these tapes because it's like, oh, we finally fucking get to hear, like, Zero talk again. Like, he does all this shit, but, like, you never, like, I guess that's part of the point of, like, how paranoid he is and the giant organization he has that you never get to hear or see him again, but still.
To make the world one, you need Snake for that. And he's already done a hell of a lot for you.
He has.
So on some level at least, I think you're being straight with me.
Oh, son, I haven't been straight for years.
You may not believe this, but I never intended for any of this to
This is
happen.
all just a big whoopsie.
My organization has many
Sometimes I'm omnipotent and all-powerful, and sometimes I'm a little man in an attic.
I presume this was your doing?
Do you like my...
Yes!
Yay! I've been searching a long time for this.
It is what you were looking for, yes.
On Her Majesty's Secret Service, signed by George Lazenby.
And the vocal cord parasites?
We're an excellent test case for reverse evolution. Nothing more. What matters
That's
now
it,
is
just
the
reverse
genetics
evolution.
Technology behind
No,
that
NBD.
work.
Just reverse
It's
evolution.
genetics that- If we're to unite the world, literacy must be suppressed. To suppress the information immune system.
Hear that, kids? Read a fucking book. Save the world.
Some things can't be undone. My face was taken.
Get over it, you
There's no
baby.
taking that back.
A face means nothing when one's soul
You'd totally
is
be able to make a new
communicate
face for Skullface.
directly
You
with
can
another.
hypnotize a man to believe he's another man.
No intention of hiding behind your technological veil, Major. I wear my broken visage. This skull in the open.
I refuse to text, Major. I will never sign up for ICQ.
What are you?
The chain of retaliation is what will truly bind this world together as one.
Enjoy the bugs in you, Major.
You're a busy man. Lots to do. So I've left you a little time.
Yeah, it's my boy.
How dare you? You planned this.
I just wish this was the whole game. I just want these two dramaing at each other all day long.
I really like this cassette tape.
It's so good.
Out of all the Skullface shit, this is probably the one I like the most.
Never truly become one.
But the boss. I've been.
You've been wrong.
I've adopted Skullface as my own. My one true son.
You're no different. Just like him.
I intend to tell him that many times.
I would say the same to you, Major.
We're all going to tell each other that over and over again for decades.
The amount of, like, crashing sound effects in the end of this tape makes me think Major Zero, like, every surface is just covered in, like, teacups.
Yeah, he has a collection.
Like, there's teacups everywhere.
Well, there used to be. Are you making balloon animals up there?
Oh, look. Scalded myself with my tea.
Over 80% of my body.
How long will they be here?
Indefinitely. It's too dangerous to move them.
Okay, hold up.
No one
So, Ocelot hypnotized himself to believe that Venom Snake was the true big boss, and that Big Boss was just some friendly operative named Ishmael.
Yep.
Can you?
And then he went and got Ishmael a whole fucking fake identity and a bike, and he knew which one had to survive in secret and which one had to be put as head of Diamond Dogs.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
That's like I just can't believe like that all of this crazy shit is fucking Major Zero's plan.
I'm all right for now, but they say it's a one-way street. If you don't wake up soon, I won't remember you when you do.
I was hoping we would grow old together. Go visit the boss's grave one day.
I don't mind about myself. But what he did to you, I can never forgive.
Yet another powerful crush that shaped all of history.
Uh-huh.
I've sent him to Africa, and I doubt he's coming back.
Why not just kill him? Right?
Once your little holiday here is over.
It doesn't take much, just a lot of weight applied to the head and chest.
Yeah.
Wake up soon, old friend. Time is running short.
7 years later.
But yep, that's why... I mean, Major Zero would have been a weird shriveled up old corpse by MGS4 anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they went and further explained why he's all fucked up. God, just imagine that now. In Metal Gear Solid 4, Major Zero still has parasites inside of him, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they burned his body afterwards. Hope a weird mutated English strain didn't shoot out of him after he died.
But it's only the very fancy English strain.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of Venom Snake. All we've got left is Vapor Snake.
The ending you've all been waiting for.
Oh yeah, the true ending. You ready for some more truth? Can you handle it?
I've had a truth overload. I've overdosed on truth.
But yeah, we have a bunch of cut content and some other side stuff from the game to look at. So keep watching. We got like another update or two to go.
Vapor Snake, the only man who can handle life in a post-the-truth world.
As Vapor Snake, he's got nothing to do. Like, we still got Quiet. Vapor Snake never went beyond becoming best friends with Quiet, so she's still around. But anyways, there's some other DLC costumes we never showed off, like the boss's outfit. That's pretty neat.
That's good. I was hoping that this video would just be Naked Snake trying to do FOB squirt gun only runs.
By the way, do you want a chrome Quiet?
Oh my god.
Or bronze Quiet?
Bronze, the metal Quiets look okay, except when they melt into existence. That's very bad.
Yeah. You can also get that chrome and gold outfits for Big Boss as well, for Venom Snake. But I don't have them on the save file because it requires like getting all A ranks and all S ranks in every fucking mission, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
It probably doesn't really help your stealth rating either.
No. I mean, it's really fun to walk around as a big golden big boss, but...
Well, how could we tell you from your tank, then?
The ultimate camo. By the way, we have a new rocket arm. It's the blast arm. It is the lethal version.
I was right. It's got a head. You made a Mark II.
I made a Mark II-esque head.
You made Bastion from Overwatch, I think.
So this has the flamethrower equipped.
Like so. The flame is very slow in focus mode.
I already showed that, like, if you die a bunch in a mission, you'll get the egg hat, and it lets you get caught for free 3 times. If you have that hat equipped and somehow you get multiple game overs in a row, you get the little chick hat, which just makes you invisible. They can hear your footsteps, but you cannot get caught anymore.
How hard did you have to try to get the little chick hat?
It's like 10 deaths in a row. Like, after getting the egg hats, like 12 deaths.
Were you just laying on your own grenades to get to this point?
Yeah, pretty much. The little chick hat works on boss fights as well. They don't know I'm... like, Vulcan doesn't know I'm here. And I mentioned there were 2 other ways to kill Vulcan that I couldn't do yet. The first is just calling in the rain yourself to kill him.
Mm-hmm. He tries to set fire to the rain before he has that cutscene where he touches your face.
Yeah. The other one is a really cool thing. Vulcan in Metal Gear Solid 3 kind of died by getting struck by lightning.
That's true.
And with the stun arm fully charged to max, it's a one-hit kill on him.
Because he's so angry he can't mutter his magic passphrase.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
This was the cutscene. I was originally going to try and model swap her for, like, Ocelot or Kojima or something, but the game kept crashing.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, that'll make any man want to take a shower.
Are you jealous, Ocelot? What is that face? Anyways, you get some first-person shower action, and also all of your employees are watching you take a shower and being very horny about it. Ocelot's here too. What are you doing? What are any of you doing? What am I doing here? Get me out of here.
He's supervising, clearly. This is a special business case. I mean, she's just having a snack.
Yeah. But yeah, then all the guys are like still in here, then they like salute you, and it's just like, good job, boss. There's one conversation that your soldiers can have that I've only ever heard happen on the intel thread. I don't know why. But it's a conversation that happens specifically when two different lady soldiers meet up with each other.
Who you like?
Mm-hmm.
Are you Team Miller or Team Ocelot?
Hell yes! I'm not going to tell people who they can and can't find attractive, but one of them is just an avatar of anger, and the other likes to dress up like a cowboy every day. That's not normal.
Yeehaw. By the way, here's some cut LP content. During the Big Boss hunting a bear segment a few episodes ago, I was originally going to have a Duck Commander, Duck Dynasty joke in there, but I couldn't figure out how to work it in. So, oh well.
Now, don't judge a burger by its color. Go on, try it.
Oh, if it's orange, I think you should judge that burger.
Oh, I get it. Now, sure, it's loaded with additives, but each one's been approved by the WHO for human consumption.
That's just a band, Miller. They're not experts.
I'm not gonna kill you. It is perfect, right? Right? This takes me back.
And it costs 23 cents per...
Yeah.
Neon signs on the mother road. Oh, I can
He's got Route 66 nostalgia?
What do you think of our signs now? And it doesn't just taste great. You won't believe how cheap it is to make.
Hey, Code Talker is tied up with the soul of America.
He really is. I mean, it helps that he's 3,000 years old.
Yeah.
Transportation infrastructure. This bad boy can
He also resonates with the heart of Gondwana and other supercontinents.
Only by uniting the world can its various inhabitants truly become free. Having lived as an American parasite...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your fucking garbage trash food is a better way to do that than the internet.
...liberating force the world has ever known. An ethnic liberator. Burger. Now all I need is a better brand image.
It's the best line read of burger I've ever heard. One other Easter egg, or detail, I haven't been able to show. You knock power lines over, they zap you.
Oh, no.
You can knock dudes out this way, too, if they're ever near them.
But this is 1984. Oh, that's right. It takes another, like, 3 to 5 years for every cartoon to end with a PSA about down power lines.
A lot of weird gameplay commands that aren't used anywhere.
Come back. Go! Don't go. Climb up. Climb down.
Like,
kill shot.
I think some of these are for quiet, but they're like really detailed, like telling her exactly what to do.
Need help. Scout ahead. Lure him out. Crouch down. Go prone. Quiet. Where are you? Don't just run off. Quit playing around. Quiet!
So many of these are just waiting to be edited into a romance scene, shall we say.
Yeah.
Chico! Chico!
Yeah, calling for Chico. That's a weird one.
Did they have a camera on Kiefer Sutherland in the booth?
Oh, I hope.
Is there footage of him just saying things to an invisible dog?
God, I wish.
Not yet. It's not over yet. Kawanishi no Seguchi.
Here's the Japanese rail lines that get said a lot throughout the Metal Gear series. Apparently, this is supposed to be like a warm-up exercise for voice actors.
Commence development of nuclear weapons. Decommission the nukes. Consecutive! C! Q! C!
The stuff he would shout when you would chain it together. They recorded that and didn't use it. I don't know why. I guess they just thought it didn't fit the tone or whatever. Here's some really interesting ones. Big Boss was supposed to say a shitload of stuff to pause, and he just doesn't. This is all stuff that could still work in the game, too.
Look, she's a student. She's an angel of peace. She doesn't need this shit.
Pause. 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 What's wrong?
Pause, 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 pause.
Don't push yourself. Are you all right? No, that's not it. Don't worry about it. There now.
See, he can be sweet. He can be, understanding. Not in the game, apparently. But
rest now.
I think it's so weird that these were cut because so many of them clearly still had the context to be used, like showing her the pictures and him telling her to rest. And it's like an extra little bit of characterization I thought would have been nice to have.
I mean, is it that he can't be soft and tender to the part of his own fractured psyche that like represents this past trauma?
Yeah. Dog's sense of smell is better than ours, and so is their night vision. Don't take any chances.
Oh, but then you'd have to shoot dogs in FOBs, and I can see why they'd want to cut that.
There's some interview, too, where they just said, like, oh, the guard dogs weren't fun either, so that makes sense.
Where are you going? You think you're a free man? All right. Follow me. This way.
This is closure for me. This is how I say goodbye.
Yeah. By the way, all the voice clips are in individual files, so when you throw them all together, it's incredible.
That's Big Boss's SoundCloud page.
At a certain point, it
Yo,
sounds
Miller, drop a beat.
At a certain point, it starts sounding like Big Boss, like going into labor.
Yeah, and that's where Solidus came from. You did this to me, goddammit! And he's looking at Zero. This is what happens when you eat one of the burgers.
I haven't finished yet.
Ah, yes, this is what I call Skullface 2.
Cut cinematics, stuff that we see in trailers that weren't in the game, like child soldiers training. I'm pretty sure that a lot of these animations are reused, like in the first level in Angola Zaire, where you just see some child soldiers being trained. It's still crazy to me, though, that, like, all of this was made, and there were all these camera movements, and the lighting made specifically for the cinematics, and it's just like, nope, that's scrapped. There's this whole thing of, like, gearing up on walker gear that didn't get used that looked kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And, like, at a certain point, I just wonder, like, how much of this was stuff that was, like, got cut, or is it just like, oh, let's make this short thing that'll look cool in a trailer? What's kind of fucked up is that when you look at all the trailers together for Metal Gear Solid 5, significant portions of shots from pretty much every ending in the game are used.
I was going to mention it when we saw that, like, the jacket and the bike were really significant parts of trailers.
It's just a different time of day. They had a helicopter fly over, and they switched Big Boss with Venom Snake, and it's just like,
well,
man.
Naturally, yeah.
This is a big one people ask about a lot, like, oh, what the fuck was this stuff? No idea if this was even going to be a story thing. There's a lot of, like, set dressing. This is an area you can go to in the game, by the way. but it's using the same animations for Big Boss as when he walks down the hallway after he's killed all of his men in the quarantine platform.
Right.
But they also use those shots in trailers too, which is I don't know, man.
And the buzzard got repurposed. Some of those animations went to D-Dog.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this shot was like a shot that was like really interesting to trailers because it's like, oh, this must be like the aftermath of whatever moment makes him go like fucking crazy or whatever, and it's like, oh man, that's not there. And yeah, they also had an alternate version of the hallway walk that when I saw it, this was for the launch trailer. When I saw it, I was like, oh fuck, this is so fucking cool. What moment is this gonna be in the game for, you know? Because it's like, it starts with like MGS3 Snake and it transitions through like every period of Big Boss. It's really neat. But this was just a promotional shot they made for a trailer. But it ends, it's got this, the next phase is Skinless Demon Snake.
Yes,
and it's
this
just
is coming back to me now.
When I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? That's going to be in the game? I was like really intrigued by that, and then he turns into Skullface, and it's like, whoa, man. But the big cut thing is Mission 51. It was going to be a DLC episode that would conclude the loose plot thread of Eli stealing Sahelanthropus.
Eli and Sahelanthropus and the third vial and the third boy all chilling out together.
Yep. So this is, if you got the collector's edition of Metal Gear Solid 5, I think it came with a Blu-ray with a bunch of extra stuff on it, including this thing. By the way, all this audio here is actually already in the game. It's a cassette tape that you normally cannot unlock without mods, or if you data mine for the audio files.
There's just one. They presented one demand in exchange for the nuke. Big Boss's body. Those kids have got a lot to learn.
Okay, boss.
Yeah, you're supposed to ask for $1 million.
Yeah.
And Big Boss's body.
His voice is starting to change, meaning he's almost a man.
Boss, we gotta take this kid out before his bar mitzvah.
The interesting part is that the ending cutscene of the DLC is like partially complete, and we can like
roughly 30%, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't know how you quantify completeness in game dev, honestly.
Yeah. Okay, I mean his motions are a little stuttery, I guess.
I mean,
is that part of it? Maybe
the main thing here, I think, is that the lighting is pretty off and incomplete.
Yeah,
there's some stuff later on where people don't have any lip sync or anything yet, but it's still further along than you'd think 30% is.
That just goes to show how much went into polishing this game, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Seeing those as like weird little googly eyes.
I've never thought of that.
It's really making Sahelanthropus a bit less scary.
Oh man, I never noticed that, and I'll never be able to unsee that. It's a good thing it's a good thing I'm basically it's over for Metal Gear for me. Unless they make a new game.
Sup? Alright, he's even wearing red. There couldn't be a more clear target here. Let's go.
Yeah. This guy who takes a really long time to pull the trigger, I wonder if he's a friend of the guy who took a really long time to pull the trigger on Psycho Mantis, who then got chopped in half by a helicopter blade.
Yeah, it's the same guy. They just have really good medics, as we've seen.
Yeah, it's true.
It's got ups.
Yeah, I do enjoy how high Sahelanthropus can jump.
How hard is this ground? That should just leave a massive crater where it took off from.
Thinking about it, since Sahelanthropus can jump so high, what if you made it a really big basketball?
What do you think it's carrying on its shoulder?
I'll break the curse of my heritage. And to do that, first, I will kill you!
Look, kid, I need to let you in on the truth.
Yeah. You can stop being mad at me.
Oh yeah, this sounds rad as hell. Look at all that.
Look at the fucking concept art, though. He's chopping all the helicopters in half with the big sword. Like, it looks really fucking cool.
This would be an incredible fight if, like, you had to lead it through the whole island and, like, repurpose some of the traps against it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, those big spikes are really tough terrain for Sahelanthropus, so you get some shots in, but then it just, like, kicks them all down.
Yeah, that would be really
That'd
neat.
be dope.
I love that concept art there, the helicopters pulling the wreckage of Sahelanthropus away. That shit looks really cool. Seeing this wreckage reminds me, in Metal Gear Survive, there is a place in the open world map where you can actually find the destroyed wreckage of Sahelanthropus.
And your jewelry, and your jewelry.
This is a weird thing that they were... The whole game never really brings up, again, the fact that when he hits his head real hard, like, he can't see some colors. I really thought they were going to make that factor in some way, and they only ever decided to do that for this.
Huh. That should be something they seed earlier, but then that's true of a lot of things in this game's plot.
Yeah, totally.
Like, you'd go through this whole mission, and then at the end there's a tape that's like, hey, you know how sometimes you can't tell red from white?
Yeah. Like, the whole game, I really... Like, the first time I played this, the whole game, I really thought they were going to do more with his head injury.
Look, you can't speak Russian. What more do you want?
Yeah.
Dang it, that's the one I was supposed to mentor. God, oh, fuck. Oh, he had some GMP.
He'll be all right.
I gotta check his throat for the glowworms.
Boss, he's showing symptoms. Huh? What?
Wait a minute, you mean that Eli's infected with some sort of bioweapon that could go off at any time?
I'm just a copy of you. I will surpass my father.
As a copy of me, I can empathize.
Destroy you! I'll kill all of Cypher. I'll destroy your precious world.
It is funny to think about, like, how Venom Snake is killed at the end of Metal Gear 1, and, like, seeing the, you know, the graphics of this game, the tone of this game, and then, like, just imagining a jump cut to him getting shot with remote-controlled rockets in a top-down view. It's just really funny to me.
I've been assuming that Big Boss Prime has been going around and, like, recruiting Ultra Box and Marathon Man in them.
Yeah.
And this Big Boss's recruits are like the first guy you meet who immediately falls asleep on the first screen.
Yeah. He didn't have the exact type of same charisma that the real Big Boss had, because he doesn't talk.
That's right. Don't blame yourself. Blame me.
This is what parenting is like in the 80s.
Also funny to think that, like, for all of Liquid Snake's anger about Big Boss, he never even met the real one.
That's so perfect, though. Like, he's such a little shit.
Like, the whole Venom Snake Big Boss thing is another
There's
thing.
so much about it that's great. Is the thing.
There's so much of it that I really like. It's a lot of the stuff that isn't in the game, but rather you just think about the implications of it. Like the stuff with Liquid. That's really good, and like, man, if only the whole game had, like, that as, like, a central focus.
Yeah, yeah. Like, so much about how like the villainous turn of Big Boss can be summed up in like, wow, the government did my mentor mommy real wrong.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna use another soldier like that. And then later, like, hey, your identity is dead now. You're another me. Like, we're in this together, bro. But like, oh, also, here's a cassette tape saying that my son is coming, so it's time to put up or shut up.
Yeah.
Two snakes enter, one leaves. Good luck, buddy.
Whoop. Get those parasites out of there.
God, that looked like, I know 30% complete, but that looked like just dragging an icon across the desktop.
Yeah. Go a little faster. Faster. Go, go, go. This final shot's weird.
Not yet. It's not over yet.
Like...
I'm going to America now?
Yeah. Is he going, like... The only thing I can think is like, okay, that's supposed to be like a hook for yet another DLC story thing. And it's like...
And maybe that's a story of how he like becomes a special service, guy and gets sent to Desert Storm. Or maybe the DLC is him like spying on his secret brother Dave, maybe?
Yeah. The only other thing I can think is like, okay, they show Manhattan, and that was where Major Zero's secret hideout. Well, not Manhattan even. He was in Jersey, wasn't he?
He was somewhere with a Manhattan view. I think they mention.
So like, it's like, is there supposed to be some connection to Major Zero there or in his hideout? I'm sure he would have, like, he already moved out though. I think so. I don't know. It does feel like they were trying to. Yeah, we'll never know unless like some employees come out 20 years from now and talk about the development of that game or something.
And, as much as I keep going on about it, I am happier that the first time Solid Snake shows up, it is like Operation Intrude,
Yeah.
We don't need to see Baby Davy.
Yeah, not really. Everything else after 4 for me has just been like, oh, nice, more Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I mean, although, if we didn't go beyond 4, we never would have gotten Revengeance.
That's true.
So like all this extra shit is worth it for that game. I'd be happy with
so much more happening post Patriots.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't need more Big Boss. It's just more, new
we
people.
We need more Blade Wolf. That's who we need to follow.
Fuck yeah, we need more Blade Wolf.
Oh yeah, it's the Black Site number.
Woo,
nice.
Paper Snake's taking a very long nap dreaming about all those unused audio files of him. After such a long little nap there, I feel like I just need to take a nice, long smoke break. Just start ruminating on stuff. Just start thinking. You ever think about thinking? That's the point I'm at right now.
Whoa. I thought about thinking so hard that it rained for 5 minutes.
And I'm just thinking about all that cut content in Metal Gear Solid 5 and how there's a texture file you can rip from the game that it says Chapter 3, Peace! And how this collectively destroyed the minds of thousands of people on the internet. Never be game over.
Never be game over. Hey man, Nietzsche quote in your face.
So, lots of people were going, oh, that's it? It feels like there should be something more. I'm experiencing a phantom pain. But then people started data mining, and they found like evidence of like, oh, like there's some other ending that's going to be triggered by disarming all nukes. There is one point in the Metal Gear Solid's subreddit, I believe, where somebody else made a post about a big theory they had, like, okay, the nuclear disarmament ending isn't the thing we hoped it was for. But everything about the way this game ends is very suspicious. Kojima likes to mess with people in the marketing for his games. I don't trust anything that comes out regarding Metal Gear. Ever since Metal Gear Solid 2, it eventually spawned this other subreddit called Never Be Game Over. The thing, the saying that is on the back of Eli's jacket in the game. And at first, it was just a group of people theorizing, like, oh, if there is some other alternate ending, like, how is this other ending going to come about? Is it already in the game? Is it going to get patched later? How do we activate the ending? What are some Like, are there future dates coming up that we should be paying attention to where they're going to surprise us with all of Chapter 3?
And in the middle of this, how are they dealing with Kojima being very clearly sidelined and then later let go from the company that would be required to do this patch or whatever?
Yeah, none of them handled it well. It all started out with good intentions, but it never be game over. And even outside of that community, just other YouTubers and message boards, things over the years spiraled out of fucking control.
Yeah.
It began to evolve into not just like theories about a game, but like a full-on Hideo Kojima conspiracy truther movement.
Yes.
And I brought this up a few updates ago of the idea of this thing called the Ruse Cruise. Hideo Kojima is taking us on a ruse cruise, everybody. Everything that's happened with his firing, the weird development of Metal Gear Solid 5, Death Stranding, it's all tied together. PT and the cancellation of that game, it's all tied together. It all means something.
And like many cruises, your biggest takeaway will be norovirus. So watch out for that.
Like Metal Gear Solid 2 made everyone paranoid. And the marketing of 5 was like intentionally very like mysterious because it's good marketing.
That was 18 years ago.
They're still scarred by it though.
Or rather, some of them have never lived in a world without Metal Gear Solid 2 in it.
Yeah.
You have to consider that too.
That too, yeah. People were constantly combing through Kojima's tweets from multiple years ago to try and find new clues. And one of the, like, beginning insane things they would do was go like, oh, he's trolling us. There's all these hints and just what seem to be completely innocuous tweets. They all have something to do with Chapter 3 of Metal Gear Solid 5. For instance, Kojima tweeted October 11th, 2015, bought Star Wars newspaper Volume 3. It got posters of all series produced all over the world, and it's got a picture of C-3PO with his red arm that everyone went like, wow, that's like Venom Snake's robot arm. Because it says Volume 3 on it, people are like, Chapter 3!
Okay.
Another one. Watched True Detective Season 2, Episode 3. Well designed indeed. Fresh to see Rachel McAdams smoke e-cigarettes while driving. Chapter 3!
Is the takeaway that, what? Like, from the first one, it's going to be in space, and from the second one, Rachel McAdams will be a new character for Chapter 3? Like, what am I supposed to learn from these?
I don't know. It's just they saw whatever they wanted to see anytime the number 3 was involved.
3, yeah, that's what they saw, okay.
Kojima likes to tweet what music he's listening to a lot. Like, he'll take a picture of, like, a Sony View or whatever the fuck it was called, like, playing a song, and it's got, like, the album art on it. So he tweeted September...
Or when he picks up vinyl, he'll take a picture of the actual album cover.
Yeah. He tweeted September 9th, 2015. All he says is 1984, and it's a picture of this little music player playing 1984 David Bowie from Diamond Dogs. And people are like, yo, Diamond Dogs, 1984, both of those are in Metal Gear. And
but we already have that connection. The game was out. We saw it happen.
But something's gonna happen with the game, because on top of all these things having, being in Metal Gear Solid 5 already.
Yeah.
On his music player, the song 1984 is track 9 out of 11. He tweeted this September 9th. So clearly, in just a few days, on September 11th...
So we're 2 days from an announcement.
Yeah, something's gonna happen. Like, this is the shit they were reaching for, even at the beginning.
And then the 11th came and went, without event, I would assume.
Yeah.
Q has come to.
Oh no! It's another hypnotized mental copy. Q Snake. Quantum Snake.
Yes, he's both Snake and not Snake. Oh my god.
Whoa. We're writing a new game right now.
This is Chapter 3. We're doing it right now. You can see it on the video, the title card. This is Chapter 3.
One of the big things that came out of this stuff was this idea that I brought up before of, Death Stranding has been announced, PT has been canceled, but all of this is a part of the plan for the next Metal Gear game, Metal Gear Solid Zero.
Mm-hmm.
The theory being it was going to connect most of Kojima's and not even his IPs, because it also includes Silent Hills. And it was just this vague idea of like, okay, Death Stranding is Metal Gear plus Silent Hill. It leads into Zone of the Enders or something like that somehow. There's like 3 million different theories about this shit, and everyone who produced content on YouTube about these theories never had any coherent thoughts, and rather made like 2 to 4 hour long epics.
This is something that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the first things that really jumped out to me, like, oh, this is Flat Earth. This is Flat Earth for video games.
Yeah.
The second one in this huge epic saga spends a whole lot of time listing out parallels between nearly every movie paramedic mentions in MGS3 and what we know or think we know about Death Stranding at the point this video was made, including the incredible shrinking man. And what that has in common with Death Stranding is they both have physics in them. This is also the person who... I don't know if this is where it came from. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but came up with the MGS0 thing by doing a very simple 80-step process in Photoshop to the Death Stranding logo.
Yeah.
To make it sort of look like MGS0.
Yeah, there's similar things where they where people alter the Bridges logo from Death Stranding into a similar thing. And like all of this comes from a thing that actually was real. Metal Gear Solid 5's original marketing, when they had the fake Moby Dick studio.
Yes. Like, and the fucking Joaquin Mogren head and everything.
Like all of that stuff, but like there were very obvious hints that this was a puzzle for the community to figure out.
Right.
And it's like...
And when I forget what the fake title was in that trailer, but when people plugged in a font that said Metal Gear Solid V...
Yeah.
That clearly fit and worked.
Yeah, because
it was one step.
When the game was first announced, when it was just like this whole fake studio and it wasn't Metal Gear related at all, it was just called The Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
So people were taking this thing that worked once before and then applying it to things that did not exist. Like, it's like a weird desire to like just be in that stage of a video game again.
Like they started in their first video with a very clear hypothesis that Death Stranding was Metal Gear Solid Zero, which was, at that point to them at least, a story, or at least the parts we've seen of it are the story of the boss in a coma after World War II, and like her coma dreams about having her child stolen from her, and that's where all the baby imagery comes from.
Right.
And Mads represents the sorrow, and she's like dealing with some guilt about blaming her husband for not being there because he's dead.
Yeah.
And I mean, plausible enough stuff to build off of a theory with no clear evidence, but sure.
Yeah.
But then in the next video, we're just getting... That's out the window. Now we just have to prove that there is a connection. So we're grabbing everything we possibly could. This thing kind of reminds me of Psycho Mantis. Well, Psycho Mantis was never alive at the same time as the boss. So how does that get into her dream? It doesn't matter. No.
Yeah.
We don't have to have a consistent theory that explains everything. We just have to keep finding new questions to ask for, well, how do you explain this then? Which again, very Q, very Flat Earth.
Yeah. One of my favorite examples of somebody analyzing one of Kojima's tweets to prove, there is a link here, was Kojima was at some type of event or party or whatever. There was a hallway in the venue he was at that had very vibrant, bright red lighting.
Okay.
And all Kojima said in the text was he just said, party. In the video, this guy goes, aha, there's something to this. In PT, there is a hallway that is red, but also the damning evidence is in the word party, and the video like zooms
There's a P
in.
and a T?
There's a P and a T in the word party. Proof.
But I'll raise you one more. There's also a hallway with stark red lighting in Mission 46.
This stuff began basically within a week or two of Metal Gear Solid 5 being released in 2015 in September.
Yes.
This community has been going on until now, days before Death Stranding comes out.
Yeah, we're recording this after the review embargo has dropped. Like, there are average Joes with press clearance who have hands on and are sharing impressions and limited Konami-approved video and or not Konami, Koji Pro and Sony-approved video.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in on it. I know the truth. I'm sorry, I slipped up. Oh fuck.
Ever since the stuff started coming out and more, the image was forming that hey, this is its own thing. It is not any of the stuff we thought it was going to be in regards to it being a secret Metal Gear game. The community has started to maybe not lose it. They weren't going crazy, but some people, it was like a crushing defeat, just like a what have I been doing for the last 4 years of my life style thing. But then there were other people who were also going, no, everybody come back. We have to stick together. The ruse is still happening. It's still going. This
is the Millerites. This is There are the Millerites who just went back to being mainline Christians, and there are the Millerites who became the Seventh-day Adventists. You know, this is the split.
Kojima just tweeted it was a shot of his workstation where he was editing the launch trailer of Death Stranding in Adobe Premiere, and you could see some of his desk. There was some type of concept art for the game laid out on the table, but it was mostly covered up by a little Funko Pop style
I remember this.
Ludens. From the very small bit you can see this heavily skewed concept art is a bunch of people standing in a line that look like they may be in suits that has a similar layout kind of to the image of the philosophers you see when the boss is talking about them in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Also a similar layout to a basketball team posing for a photo. Also a similar layout to... come on.
Now, these people saw this, and some of them got
It's the one way people take group photos.
Yeah.
There's no...
Yeah, there's a guy on the right in a suit who might be black. It's hard to tell because the photo is so, blurry on purpose. Is this Die Hard Man from Death Stranding? Is he one of the philosophers?
One of the things I fell into was a video about how Miller was involved with Skullface the whole time, and I believe that. I've been saying that in the course of this whole LP.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that still honestly believes Miller's drive to punish Huey is a mix of covering his tracks and projection of his own guilt. Right?
Yeah.
I believe that. That doesn't mean I believe anything else you're saying, but that is the sort of thing that they will cling to hold on to their credibility, as the fact that the Ruse Cruise was itself a ruse becomes undeniable.
Death Stranding is connected to Castlevania and Lunar Nights? The boss is...
Look, there's a question mark in it, so you can't say I'm wrong.
Yeah. The boss is Snake Mother and the Sorrow is his father? Death Stranding is connected to Control? Metal Gear Shared Universe PT Silent Hills? It just has every keyword in the title. It's just madness. I love it.
My God. Apparently, according to one video I saw, Kojima runs the Arculect picture tweeting bot.
I almost forgot to bring this up. Yeah, the Arculect Twitter thing bot with the website. It just tweets cool fucking pictures.
It is openly a picture theft bot. They're not even... They don't even shy away from that label, I don't think.
Yeah.
And the big theory that was, you're gonna know I'm right, because every post has a sequential number. It goes up by 1 with every post, and we're getting close on such and such a date to the PT number, the 204 whatever number.
Yeah, 204863.
that came and went completely nonsense, unrelated, no clues.
God, that the Arcolect thing like went on for at least like 2 years.
All these connections are built on like, this thing is in this game. I think I also see it in or hinted toward in this Death Stranding material. What you've done is you've demonstrated that Hideo Kojima and the people he works closest with like to reiterate plots and visual elements and themes and character tropes. You've invented auteur theory. That's what you've done. You've accidentally invented auteur theory, and that's okay. You can just do that.
Auteur theory, but spooky! This was not a joke post. This person had a history of coming up with theories on Never Be Game Over. And this was posted roughly a month ago. And this was something that even people on Never Be Game Over went, yeah, okay, bud, sure. Now, I'm sorry, this is a bit long, but it's worth the fucking ride. Here's the title of the thread. Either BB, the baby from Death Stranding, or Sam, Norman Reedus, is a decapitated head.
But I've seen both of their bodies.
No, but wait.
Attached.
No, wait. But listen to the theory. Either BB or Sam is a decapitated head whose consciousness, mind, soul, and data has been transferred to a new body to save them.
Also, I can't believe I haven't mentioned it explicitly, but just the degree to which so many of these theories propose that Death Stranding is the story that Kojima has been trying to tell for 25 or 30 years.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No,
it's just, that's not how any creative endeavor works. If he would have done it to the best of the resources and ability he had then. Like that's how people do things.
The person that they most likely are, BB or Sam from Death Stranding, is either Big Boss or Solid Snake.
Why can't they both be decapitated heads?
The only one. I am calling it. It is Solid after Metal Gear Solid 4, where the ending was a lie or a simulation. In one of the Metal Gear Solid 4 commercials, he's talking about the ones from the beginning of the game that you could flip through the different channels, there is a cooking show that mentions a traditional snake sacrifice, where you can even see Kojima watching ominously in the back.
Oh no. Omnimon is there. It's also...
The cook grabs the capital S snake and cuts his head off, saying, "This is the last chapter of this snake's life."
This is the last chapter in this snake's life.
This is the reason of the head transplant doctor that Kojima hired. He actually hired him. Hired.
To do a head transplant, I assume?
Yeah, of the actual real-life Solid Snake. To save Solid, someone cut his head off his rapidly aging body, then put him on a beta for a simulation to heal people of PTSD.
Now, to be fair, to put it all out in the open, it was also a rapidly aging head, so I don't see how he's the baby.
This beta simulation is Ground Zeroes.
Oh, how is Ground Zeroes going to make you less PTSD?
I don't know. But somehow, the consciousness of Solid Snake influenced this simulation, creating the Deja Vu mission in Ground Zeroes, and other simulation projects influenced it too. The Jamais Vu simulation
of course,
with
they're
Raiden.
both in there.
They're canonical. Somehow, the Patriots' AI survived Sonny's virus, giving them some form of evolution to consciousness. They realized they could not defeat humanity that easy, so they hijacked the PTSD treatment simulation, and boy, how happy they must have been to find their most hated enemy there defenseless.
I would love to see the Patriot AI standing around in a room and say, boy, how happy I am.
They put Solid Snake through phantom pain to break him by making him become a demon, but somehow Solid still unconsciously knew that something was wrong. So when he started doubting what was presented to him and taking moral decisions, they stopped phantom pain and created a badly made ending, a corrupted ending, to make him lose track of what really had happened.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm reminded of H-Bomber Guy's video on Sherlock Season 4.
Yeah.
Which I watched very long ago, and I'm going to try to paraphrase what I remember the point being, which may not necessarily be the point. Like I say, it's been a while. But the idea that this is a symptom of people not liking the latest entry in a thing, the big concluding entry in a thing.
Yeah.
But not liking it in a way that final entry is not entirely dissimilar from the early things.
Yeah.
So instead of grappling with that point, instead, it was a ruse, it was a lie, there is more coming, this is not the real ending. Mm-hmm. The ending that will remind me why I liked those other things that are distinct in a way I cannot entirely square with the more recent one.
Yeah.
That will save me. So let me bring that into existence with these theories.
Yeah. Next is PT, an MK Ultra mind-breaking simulation. Their latest resource to control Solid Snake, where he is presented with the thing that makes humans far more controllable. Guilt. The different elements we see in PT are all to create guilt in him. Earth being destroyed by humans. That doesn't happen in PT, but all right. Him killing his wife and children. Humans being unresponsible, so decisions should be made by aliens that are in reality the AIs. And also him being a drunken, unresponsible father.
Yes, known drunk and irresponsible father, Solid Snake. He gave Sonny the best life anyone possibly could. You take that back.
It's true. He did the best he could. This was working, but somehow someone was able to hack the simulation and let some hints to him that everything was not real. This person was Jay. This is a thing I haven't really brought up much.
Wait, Dr. J from Gundam Wing? What?
The J thing. A part of the puzzle of solving PT, there's a bunch of messages that appear on a pause screen or loading screen, I forget. But there's a bunch of messages, and some of them are signed by just the letter J.
Okay.
And that crosses over with Death Stranding, because the second trailer for Death Stranding that features Guillermo del Toro, like in Hades or wherever it is with all the skeleton soldiers, when the camera pans up over his head, there's like a archway on this bridge, and on like the middle stone in the archway is a faint looking thing that you could interpret as the letter J. I'm pretty sure it's just a rock texture, but it kind of looks like the letter J, and this gave people a lot of fuel for multiple months about Death Stranding and PT's connection.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's definitely a face on the surface of Mars.
J might be the computer Sonny put the virus in. The cracked egg was that it could develop a very advanced moral code, and the computer was
she turned JD into J.
Yeah.
We're all following.
And the computer was in reality the boss AI that is the reason parts of its server looked like the boss's tomb. That's a full run-on sentence. He's talking... After PT... They let Solid Snake free and give him his new Sam persona, who believes everything he has been told but still has the doubt, because somehow, deep inside, he remembers his friends, his family, and now he has BB to protect, a new generation to protect.
He believes everything, except he does not.
John Freeman was working at a computer. Death Stranding is not a totally 100% simulation, but happens in the moon.
It's a simulation. It could happen anywhere.
It happens in the moon, where the AIs have created every form of life and buildings out of a special matter that simulates all forms of matter and is able to build everything very quickly. In the last Death Stranding trailer, you can see buildings appearing out of nowhere from the dark matter, but it is not surfacing from it. It is being builded very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Sam is activating strands for this system to work properly and under the AI's control. But this person, they know what Dooms stands for. Dooms, decaying online organic mimic substance. This is also the reason Sam explodes and ages. The matter cannot be touched by the rain because it makes the matter believe it is being corroded, thus simulating getting older, getting too much damage, and it becomes unstable. Then kaboom. People blow up in Death Stranding. Sam is able to come back alive in a newly made body made of this matter, but when he dies, he returns to different simulations of different worlds. In these other worlds, the things we bring back mentioned by Kojima are in reality his memories from his real life. We might return to PT or Ground Zeroes if we collect enough memories.
Okay. And then Raz comes and gives us the Psycho Blast.
Yeah! Sam's gonna get a merit badge. We can even see the black matter assimilating his body when he is grabbed by BTs, the spooky ghosts from the game, that are in reality the consciousness of people whose black matter bodies has not even been made yet, so they attack Sam to obtain his body. BT might stand for body transferred. That is all, and thank you for reading.
In conclusion, JFK Jr. is alive and is, according to Admiralty law, the real president of the United States of America. But this is what happens when narrative and theme and character and even plot take a backseat to lore.
Yeah.
Once the most important thing is lore, this is what you get. And like, if you didn't want that to happen, you shouldn't have made Metal Gear Solid 5 the way it was made. Because that whole game, it's mostly lore. Like your reward for playing through the game, like the theme is in the gameplay. That's great. The plot is the plot. But like the treat is all the tapes that tell you what happened between all the games that you don't know what happened between. Yep. And the final twist is the biggest piece of lore that you're playing through and jumping through all these tapes to get the true lore. And then you get the best lore. You get the most entertaining, most explanatory tapes when Major Zero is finally being the character that his 2 appearances needed him to be.
Yeah.
And then that primes an audience to make this.
When I played Metal Gear originally, I loved it because I thought it was fun, and I loved plot. I loved the lore of it. It was complicated. It was fun to spend hours reading about the lore and trying to, dedicate every ounce of it to my fucking memory.
You know, my favorite part of Metal Gear Solid lore, my favorite part is that Nastasha's publisher was a weirdo-ass alien abductee who Snake rescued from Shadow Moses.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. One of the main reasons why I appreciate Metal Gear at this point, and came mostly through these Let's Plays, honestly, is the not always successful attempts at its themes and trying to weave those themes into gameplay when it can, or even through the marketing. Like Metal Gear Solid 2, a big part of its themes came from the way it was marketed. And it's fun. It's interesting to see so many people who seemingly still seem to be stuck with Metal Gear as this is the cool lore game. And I don't know. I'm glad I have moved on beyond that. Thankfully, I can appreciate. I have media literacy. Hey everybody, I can read a media kind of. People argue that the way this game ends and the way that a lot of things in this game are unsatisfying is the point of it. And I totally buy that some of those things are supposed to be disappointing or just feel anticlimactic or kind of make you feel this sense of oh, I missed that. Quiet just disappears and she's gone for the rest of the game. Sure, that's that's on purpose. But it's fun. It's funny to see the whole idea of the real phantom pain is the lack of closure. It's funny to see that thing kind of unintentionally happen more with PT than Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean, a couple people have already asked me hey, are you gonna do a Let's Play of Death Stranding? And the answer is, I don't know.
Not next.
Not
is,
next.
I think the most certain thing that can be said.
Absolutely not next.
I expect Death Stranding to be absurdly polished.
Yeah.
Idiosyncratic, like nothing else on the market, and like indicative of a clear vision, even though it may not be clear what that vision is.
Yeah.
And those are all things that I am predisposed to respect and think are good things that should exist in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I also expect it to, despite its polish, have points where its reach clearly exceeds its grasp, and those will be very frustrating points for players. Like, I think we know what to expect if you give Hideo Kojima a big old team and a giant bucket of money.
Yeah.
We just watched it. We just watched it for 68 updates. We know.
Oh my fucking god. I am so happy that this Let's Play is going to be done. It is not held me hostage, but my commitment to doing this good and sending it off is something I could not, like, get out of me. So it's just been a lot of work. And I can't wait to look at Mario's taint instead.
This is definitely like the... For you, this is the episode of Malcolm in the Middle where the dad just paints that thing in the garage and it turns out it's like 18 inches thick of paint and it all falls on him.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Yes, it's that.
It's going to be 18 hard drives with all the Metal Gear Solid 5 footage falling on top of me. Like, I literally cannot record any more LP footage because all of my hard drives are full. Like, this is it.
Good thing this one's just audio. Hey, for now. For
now. What's Vapor Snake doing? Anyways, I mean, that was a full hour ruminating on the Ruse cruise.
We've now pulled into port.
That is too much thinking for Vapor Snake. Too much smoking, I think, too, because I don't think this is normal. It's only supposed to go fast when with smoke. Oh, yep. And, helicopter 2. They should really put this on the warning label. Honestly. Maybe it'll get better if I keep smoking.
Side effects may include becoming very attractive to flies.
Dee Dee, are you feeling any different? Dee Dee? Dee Dee? Dee Dee? Oh! Dee Dee! Did you smoke too?
Please do not hotbox your dogs.
Get away from me!
They may become filled with vengeance.
Please stop! Oh, there he is. When it says found enemy on the screen now, it means me! Oh, get the fuck away from me. I don't like this. I'm gonna fit. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. That's a place for snakes to go.
Yeah. Ooh. Alright, I don't like none of this. And you just gotta keep smoking. Maybe this'll fix something. Whoa.
Your first eye is open.
Oh, I got a glimpse of something. You know, thinking about it, that whole decapitated head thing. Maybe I just need a little extra push. Maybe I just need a missile full of gas to just push me through the barrier.
I think that's how you're supposed to do it. Like that's part of the pre-surgery prep. No solid food for 24 hours and rocket full of gas.
All right, hit me. I've been hacked out. I am the severed head. And the J who hacked me out this entire time.
It was Mission Dr. J. Frog.
He's the head transplant doctor. But wait! J! That J! It's just like the J in PT, the secret message, the J in Death Stranding, and Jody, and John Luke. J is everywhere. For 11 years, it's been hiding right in front of us this entire time, and there's only one thing left to prove. And I think I've got the proof. It's been here this entire time. We are Chapter 3.
Now that is some motherfucking truth. The console he gets to plug that into is the fucking PlayStation 9 where you snort nanites.
Yeah, the nanos. Anyways, turns out I have very accurate dates for when every fucking Metal Gear Let's Play started and ended.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long fucking trip.
Yeah.
It's also really funny to see how quickly these earlier games went by when they were 12-hour things.
Yeah, I mean, MGS4. Remember when that was a marathon?
Yeah, and that game's like 18 hours? Something, like, okay, sure, Peace Walker was a pretty long game. Like, I put like 100 hours into that, but I also forgot that I started the Metal Gear Rising LP the day after Peace Walker ended. Back when I had the time to do such a thing. Oh, Metal Gear Solid 5, though.
I've only done... Like, okay, so it's the entire series. I only did Metal Gear games back-to-back twice.
Oh, wow.
And they weren't even back-to-back. There were other games in between.
Yeah. That Metal Gear Solid 5 day is just for when the videos went live. This actually started, recording-wise, back in November 2017.
Yeah, you said the first video was recorded November 13th, first audio November 19th.
Yeah. 185 videos for this Let's Play. This is our longest Let's Play to date.
I mean, that's approximate. We could talk for another half hour after this.
Yeah.
We have it in us.
Recorded footage, about double that. Actual playtime? Oh Lord. It keeps going. It keeps going. It goes.
This is the game that doesn't end.
I also took a look and to see how long, when you add up all of our Metal Gear Solid Let's Plays, how long the runtime is.
No! No,
look at it
stop!
go! Look at it
He's
go!
already dead!
Look at it go!
Oh my god, this is fucking therapy. What the fuck?
There it is.
Wow.
There it is. It's fucking crazy. I mean, spread that across 10 years, but...
Yeah, but still.
I don't think I have any reason to replay a Metal Gear game for a very long time.
So yeah, I mean, thanks for everybody for sticking with us. There were some breaks in there, but I think they were deserved, and it's not like we weren't doing anything. Like, hey, check out Mario. In fact, we're gonna go back and finish Mario now, the post-game Mario Odyssey stuff. But again, now that it's done, this is a great time to spread these links around. It's a complete and solid thing, and if you made it this far, I think you can agree it's worth sending on to people. I'm really proud of everything you did, and I got to ride your coattails for, buddy.
None of this shit would have been nearly as good without you, though, because like it's way harder for me to like talk about this shit without you here, and you know. I don't know.
I have hundreds of hours of practice talking about someone else playing Metal Gear.
But yeah, it's been crazy going through and looking at all of our previous Metal Gear LPs in preparation for the ending of this video. I don't know. It's I feel at least I can't speak for anyone else. I feel very different than who I was from Metal Gear Solid 3. So that's really strange to see.
Yeah. I mean, you were in high school.
It's true.
No, you weren't. You
had
just finished high school, right? It was the summer between?
It was.
Let's check the dates. Run back to tape.
Yeah, I think Metal Gear Solid 3 was like the start of my the first semester of my freshman year of college.
Okay.
Yeah. I was 19 when we were recording those. But yeah, it's at this point, like I really want to, at least the Metal Gear series we've done, if not, all the stuff we've done. I'm like looking into hardcore the preservation efforts for these, because it's like hard drives die. I want to get these on like tape because they live a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's going to be great when we're 70 years old and go, remember Solid Snake? Let's look at the tape.
Come around, my huge brood of great-grandchildren. They're all Shih Tzus, by the way.
Metal Gear's over now.
Metal Gear's over now, but the LP is not over yet. And now you, at home, will truly have 101% completion.
You will finally achieve the truth.
Go.
Well, hey, here's the first Easter egg. You can punch in the Konami code. Not even gonna say what game this is.
Close level 3. Okay, fire!
Snake, find this best opportunity to exercise.
Ouch.
All steam all the time.
Ouch, steam. Oh goodness, steam in my face.
Chip steam.
I'm just saying, if you had to name somebody after an animal, she wouldn't be a hedgehog. She'd be a different animal.
What would she be?
I don't know what.
What would she be?
I don't know.
What would she be?
I don't know, but it wouldn't be hedgehog.
Get a head start. A head start on your new life.
Like an after-school special. Get a head start on life.
Don't do drugs.
You're the shit.
Oh God, you're my favorite again. Welcome back, buddy. I missed you. Just hold on to him. Hold him close.
J-Frog, no, your eye! Oh God, no! Mr. No! Mr. J-Frog, no!
He was our constant friend and companion.
And now, Z for Zorro.
By the way, what is that?
Huh?
This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be the best thing ever.
Suck my dick!
No, that's just stupid.
I love you, Snake. I love you so much.
Let's dance.
You're pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
They played us like a damn fiddle!